Hey Booktube, consider this a supplementary tag that I'm doing for you. My hair is still wet. I apologize. I am between shower and getting out and about. I have a dentist appointment I'm trying not to think about right now. And yeah, so there's that. Right, Booktube-a-thon Challenge accepted. I have my stack here. I'm going to go through them for you, and I'm going to try. I may fail miserably, but hey, trying is half the battle. And then I thought I could probably try and get one book that does all of them, but that's just too much effort, so I picked 7. Besides, one challenge is to read 7 books. So the first challenge, and I've got them all on my phone, is to read a book with a person on the cover. So I picked Title Zone by Sarah Moss. It is a story about... This one is a story about a girl who has a seizure for no known reason. They're trying to figure it out. I believe that's what it's about. Yeah, for no apparent reason, 15-year-old Miriam has collapsed and stopped breathing. It is about clever teenagers, the challenges of marriage, the NHS, academia, sex and gender in the 21st century, the balancing of work and family life, politics of packing a lunch and loading dishwashers. A sad but funny, ultimately hopeful book. That's a person on the cover. Challenge 1, accepted. Challenge number 2 is read a hyped up book. And these are all things that have been in my TBR for a bit, so that's why I picked them. Hyped book, Ali Smith's Autumn, because I think every YouTuber who's in Europe has mentioned this book, and some that are not in Europe. It's not a big book. For some reason, this one has really big print. I don't really care. That doesn't bug me. Maybe that's why I got it through Book Depository, and it was cheap, and I liked the cover. So, Autumn by Ali Smith. I've never read any of her works. I have some other ones. I'm told that this is a Brexit novel. Came with a lovely little bookmark with a little prince on the back. Hold on. Let's see, if I was editing I could take that out, but I don't really care to. So, hyped up book. Autumn. Brexit novel. Apparently the next one's coming out soon. If I like it, I'll pick it up. If I don't like it, I'll just forget I read it. That's what I do. And I also drink. Finish a book in one day. Since we can pick graphic novels, I will be reading The Complete Cheese Sweet Home Part 3 because I love Chi. Chi reminds me of my cat Frank, and that's Chi's friend, who is very happy. I've read Volume 1 and Volume 2. This one's printed in color, and it's done in the English style instead of the traditional manga style, which is back to front. This one you read front to back. It's so adorable. So, read a book in a day. Done. A book about a character very different from you. I picked out The Witness Wore Red by Rebecca Musser. The subtitle is The 19th Wife Who Brought Polygamous Cult Leaders to Justice. And it is about the 19th wife of Rulon, I believe. It's Rulon, not Warren. Does it say? I believe she was married to Rulon, because that is Rulon Jeffs, who is Warren Jeffs' father. Warren Jeffs is, of course, the leader of the FLDS, the Fundamental Church of Latter-day Saints, which is not recognized by the Mormons except to say that they are completely wrong. And Warren Jeffs is currently in jail, and she's responsible for helping put him behind bars. I do enjoy reading about cults, and I believe this is a cult, probably of the highest order. I have never been in a polygamous relationship. Not that there's anything wrong with polygamy. However, this is selling children into polygamy and all kinds of warped crap. But I'm also not white. I'm not from Utah. My husband is, but that's about as close as it gets. I also have an advanced education, which she does not. I feel that our lives are so far apart because I was raised hippie and she was raised in a fundamentalist religious sect. So, The Witness wore red for a person who is nothing like me. Next. Finish a book read completely outdoors. So, for that, I was like, well, so I went with manga again because that's probably something I can read really quick outside. Princess Jellyfish Volume 2 by Akiko Higashimura. So I read the first one. Like I said, I've seen the manga, I've seen the anime. This one is done in traditional Japanese style manga, so it's back to front when you're holding it. I also have Volume 3, Volume 4 is out, and Volume 5 just came out too, I think, so I have to pick those up. But this one I could easily read sitting in the backyard or on the beach or what have you. And I wanted something that would be quick and easy to read because I don't know how much outside time I will have with my mother in town. Because goodness knows, we go shop. And so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6. Okay. A book you bought because of the cover. I actually bought this book because of the cover, because I really liked the cover, and I had heard it was good, and I read the back, and that was good too, but what sold me was the barbed wire, and I don't know why. I like the plain white, I like the new Signet looks, like I have the Orwell version with the big eye, and I just really appreciate the plainness of it. I gravitated towards it immediately. I've never read Babbitt, but I've heard of it, which is another book by him. Written during the Great Depression, when the country was largely oblivious to Hitler's aggression, it juxtaposes sharp political satire with chillingly realistic rise of a president who becomes a dictator to save the nation from welfare cheats, sex, crimes, and a liberal press. Wow, look, it's Donald Trump. Look, I'll be reading about what's happening right now. Awesome. And number 7 is read 7 books. And I'm just realizing right this second as I'm saying it that I only have 6 books. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to just pick a 7th arbitrarily, which hasn't been hauled yet, but I can do that because that's me. And because pretty much as soon as I saw it, I knew I'd be pulling it up real fast. So I got The Ministry of Utmost Happiness by Arundhati Roy. I read, what is it, The God of Small Things? Is that what her major work is? Read that in high school. My English teacher actually gave me The God of Small Things, yes. She gave me her copy of that to read. See, when I was in high school, I was the English teacher's dream because she'd be like, have you read this? Have you read this? Have you read this? And if I hadn't, yeah. So I was reading The English Patient and Arundhati Roy and all kinds of things just because she was like, oh, you'll like this, read this. But we were taking Macbeth. So I know I want to read this, and that'll just give me the push to start it. It's big. It came from Book of the Month because it was $9.99, and I can't resist $9.99, and I also can't resist the author. So those are my 7 books for my Book-a-thon TBR challenge thingamajig. I have very high ambitions of getting close to finishing. And that's where I'm going to leave that. Thank you.